Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Me Outfit B. This is episode 89 and I am Mr. Toast, as always. This episode is post-commentated, like all episodes that end in a 9 or a 4, except for that one we don't talk about, don't worry about it. For this episode, we are going to be using Mario in the Sugar Scoot. Now, I do want you to go ahead and look at the stats, look at what we're working with here. The speed is pretty abysmal, the acceleration is good, the handling's good, and the mini-turbo are all good. So we want to focus on those three mostly, and I'm mostly talking acceleration here. That'll be our big savior, as we'll find out. The first race I have for you is Toad's Factory. Now, this is actually the 7th race, I believe I did. Yeah, the first couple were all kind of boring, so we're jumping right into it with the 7th. I get a first place fake item box, which I immediately throw away, because nobody wants fake item boxes. They're actually the worst item in the game. Well, thunderclouds exist. They're the second worst item in the game, and I get another one. So, that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. I love that. I throw it away, and I get another item here. And it's great because the red shell coming for me. Unfortunately, I focus a little too much on the red shell, and I just jump immediately into the lake. Very fun. So now I am in a back position, and to make it worse, I get starved. So not a great start to the race. In fact, that's probably not at all. It's not a good start. This is what I'm trying to say. It's not a good start to the race. I do get a little bit more ground, but Baby Daisy takes my item, so that's no fun. I'm not going to go out of my way to get an item here because I can just pass people by driving. That is one good thing, is that wheelies are fast, so I can be faster than the other people. I just have to be wheeling, which can be dangerous. There's bullets coming, so I'm going to go wide. I do manage to just barely get this item box, and I decide to use the POW, even though Peach is in front of me with green shells. In hindsight, maybe it wouldn't have been good to use the POW there, just in case the green shells went everywhere, but they didn't, so I got lucky. I get triple mushrooms. Triple mushrooms are good if you are in the optimal car for this track, because then you can do like the lake cut and stuff like that. I decided to just use them to immediately get another item, and I get another triple mushrooms. I think I can make it past this crusher, but I unfortunately do not. I back up to get my mushroom, which probably was not worth it. And I am in 9th place and flattened, which is not a good place to be. But I'm going to make my way back. You'll see. I get a Mega Mushroom. I decide to hold on to this for just a second. And I get another item here. And it is a POW block. So I decide to use it. And I get a mushroom here, I believe. Yes, I do. And now the Bleisho comes, and I'm like, okay, I have a pretty good chance. All I have to do is not fall into the lake, and then there's a bomb. So I totally would have gotten first there, but I dipped down to 10th before I eventually make my way back up to just barely 4th. Just barely 4th. But had that bomb not occurred, I totally would have gotten first. I could have mushroomed to the side of the final ramp, and that would have been much faster than whoever was in first place at the time. Next race I have for you is Delfino Square. That's this track right here that I'm currently driving on. Honestly, I have been enjoying this track more and more. It's just such a fun track to race on like any vehicle, which is not easy to do. But anyway, I don't really have to worry about red shells too much because of the tightness of this course. Normally, if you're in the middle of the pack, that is what exactly makes it dangerous, but it's fine here. I decided to go for the dock shortcut, but I mess it up because I have no practice doing it in an outside drift bike. What am I doing, Mr. Toast? Crazy! Anyway, I'm in 12th place now, so that is not so fun. With no item, I do try to skirt out and hit that mushroom, but to no avail, and then I get shocked, which is just kind of adding insult to injury, to be honest. It's not that much of a problem. It's just like I wanted to get a back place item, though. And now I'm not going to, because I'm going to pass everyone on the straightaway, because wheeling is that much faster than not wheeling. So, I keep on going, keep on chugging along, and I actually don't remember what happens here. Triple bananas. Ah, yes, triple bananas. So I'm just going to hang out a little bit. The blue shell comes, perfect, that's fine by me. I don't need it because I'm not first. I decide to try for the dock shortcut again, and this is probably one of the coolest things I've ever done. That is so tight. I have no idea how I made that, but Then the POW comes. Unfortunately, I hit this crate, but I do get the mushrooms, so probably evens out time-wise. I don't know. I decided not to hit these mushrooms just in case they're still there lap 3 and there happens to be a blue shell. Maybe I can dodge it. But on this lap, it wouldn't be that much faster because it leads immediately into a boost panel, so that doesn't matter. There's my blue shell that I was talking about. Unfortunately, the ground shrooms are nowhere nearby, and I slip into second place just for a second before I get back into first place. Like I said, wheeling is king. I didn't actually say that sentence earlier, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all right. I have a very minuscule lead, to be honest. I'm not super comfortable, so I'm not going to go for the dock shortcut again. I'm just going to back my green here, hope it hits someone, and pull out my triple bananas, and we'll just kind of front run it up for the rest of the race. Just kidding, there's a blue shell. Of course there's a blue shell. There's always a blue shell. Who am I kidding? I get a third place item. It is a single mushroom, but I accidentally spam it in the air because I'm spamming the item button to get my item faster. But it doesn't really matter because I'm just faster than everyone else. And the shock happens, which is beneficial to me here because neither Baby Mario nor I is going to grow big before the end of the shock. Or before the end of the race, excuse me. And I have a higher acceleration than him. So I'm going to cross the line first there every time. Third race I have for you is Mario Circuit. I can't remember which race number this was. Excuse me, I'm gonna get some water real quick. Hydration is key. I backspam Luigi on accident. I suppose that's more of a slow own, but that's okay. I'm trying not to get slow owned by Baby Mario. I wish he would put away his green shell, but I'm just gonna wheelie to get past him real quick. And then I'm going to hit him with my own red shell. Take that, Baby Mario, you nerd. I'm in first place with the triple bananas, which is a great place to be. Now, you'll notice that I like to back bananas on the center line. The reason for that is if a red shell is coming for me, it's going to go over that center line. So if it hasn't tracked onto me yet, then the banana will block it anyway. So, awesome for me. Here's a red shell coming for me. I block it with my regular shell, and I get this mushroom, which is perfect. But then the shock happens, so not fun. I don't see a red shell coming for me, so I think I'm good until the next item set, and I get a green shell. Green shells are dangerous here because I like to try to throw them at this Goomba to get a mushroom. I missed this one, and the rebound on the other one, so I'm down an item now, but that's okay. I got a banana, so that can still block red shells. That's pretty good still. Not gonna complain about that. Yeah, not too much to say here. I get gypped out of dodging that. I'm going to explain about that in a minute, but I pass this Thundercloud back to Toadette, and when CPUs have the Thundercloud, then they just run for it. So I know I'm safe to run forward, and it's completely fine. I get another green shell here, and I do manage to hit the Goomba, and I get the mushroom, and it is beautiful, and I love it. So that blue shell quote-unquote dodge. I didn't dodge it. That, if I'd have hit the mushroom like a quarter of a second earlier, I would have dodged the blue shell. But it was just close enough that I could not actually escape the blue shell radius. So that is unfortunate, but it happens. Welcome to Mario Kart. Waluigi Stadium, I'm trying a new strat where I don't trick off the first hill, see how that goes. Luigi just immediately hits my backed item, so get slow owned again. I do not get an item going off this ramp because I'm not the first person to go off this ramp. That's generally how that works. And I do the little wall trick to get down to the ground faster. And I get a respectable 5th place item, which happens to be triple mushrooms. Very good item. I decided to take the zipper, as you should always take the zipper on this track. It is just so much faster than not taking the zipper. I hit the wall here, so I decided to use a mushroom. I trick so that I don't lose my other 2 mushrooms, and I can dodge the blue shell. I decided to hold my mushroom here instead of use it to get out of the off-road. Just in case there's another blue shell. There's probably going to be another blue shell, let's be honest. It's Mario Kart. But I don't, unfortunately, get the chance because... Oh, I totally thought it was there. No, it's up here. I lied. I don't get the chance to hold on to my mushroom because the shock happens! Oh, wow, I timed that super well. Totally. First attempt. If you're shocked at this spot, there's a little path here on the side that you can drive on. It's so much easier to do while you're small, so that's why I go for it when I'm shocked. Unfortunately, I got, comboed while I was small, so I didn't actually gain that much time, but it's alright. I take this turn super weird. I don't know what I was thinking, but that's alright. I'm okay. This POW comes in a terrible spot for me. What a good spot, whoever used that. Congratulations, you actually messed me up. Talking. I accidentally hit this banana because I don't have a trick, because I'm trying not to take a trick there. Don't worry about it. I have quadruple bananas, so I have quite a bit of protection. I'm not too worried about anything except for possibly a blue shell. I'm not even worried about a shock, to be honest, because who cares? The zipper makes you go so much faster than everyone else. It's absurd, so I'm going to take the zipper again. Always take the zipper when you can. Rule number 1. There's the blue shell. And maybe I could have dodged it with some of the ground shrooms, but I didn't. So then I get comboed, classic blue shell story, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And I get ink squidded. Ink squid is trivial. I dodge this banana, and there was a red shell coming for me, I think, there, that I just hit the wall with, so. Nice! Pretty solid Waluigi Stadium, all things considered. I did get hit by quite a few items, but that's what happens when you're on hard difficulty for the CPUs. So, incredible. The next race I have for you is DK Summit. This was the 17th race I did, I believe. So just heading into the second half, I get a third place item into the cannon, and it is a bomb, so I decide to throw it backwards immediately out of the cannon. Take that, nerds. I get locked in my wheelie here, so it sends me all the way to the edge, and I don't really get a chance to get off this ramp correctly. Luigi, once again, is trying to slow-own me to get back at me for all the times I slow-owned him. That shall not happen, or my name is Mud. My name's not Mud, that's the joke. I take the single shortcut, and have a red shell, so I can dodge this red shell that's coming for me. Pretty standard stuff. I'm going to take the zipper, because once again, the zipper is just always faster to take. Yep, I go through the snow a little bit, and somehow I don't stick there, so I go outside on this turn, which is not ideal. Typically you want to, hug the zipper when you take that turn, but that's okay. I'll survive, I suppose. I get a first place item into the cannon, and it's a banana, so honestly, I'm not too scared of anything right now. A blue shell could certainly come, and it would scare me, but that's always the case in Mario Kart, unless you're not in first place. And if you're not in first place, then you're bad. You're bad at the game. That's the only reason why you wouldn't be in first place. Don't worry about me, during the video not being in first place all the time. It's trivial. Yeah, so I get shocked and POW'd, my item goes away, and I am once again just riding the zipper out. I do hit this Shy Guy, because I am taking the turn badly. Blue shell comes, but you just get auto acceleration on the zipper anyway. Even if you don't go off the top, it's just phenomenal. Always aim for the zipper. If you're on the zipper and you get hit by an item, don't do a standstill. Instead, just go off the zipper, and you'll get instant speed back. So, that's very good to know. I get a fake item box right at the cannon, which is not good, and there's a blue shell coming for me, which is also not good. So, I am, the CPUs are getting pretty close to me. Here's another red shell coming for me. Ouch. I don't really have enough room to do a standstill, so I just go off of it normally, and I get the tricks, and I go for the single again, but I hop, and that's stupid. Shouldn't have done that. This is the weirdest thing to me. Okay, so the red shell's gonna come for me, and watch this dodge, okay? What does it hit? What did it hit? I don't know. I still don't know to this day. I will never know what it hit. So the zippers can be laggy sometimes, but I'm playing locally, so it shouldn't be an issue. I don't know. Anyway, I'm happy I didn't get hit by the red shell. Long story short, I'm very happy of that. Next race I have for you is Mario Raceway. I do not hit the good luck wall, but I do decide to bag anyway, because bagging is slightly faster on this track if you get the right item. I get an 11th place golden mushroom, which is not the right item, but I do get these two nice little drafts that put me in a really good spot. Best place to use a golden is kind of at the end of the lap. Luigi takes my red shell for me. Very helpful, Luigi. I'm trying not to get hit by this bullet, and yeah, I'm just kind of driving along pretty typically. Watching out for the star, but here's the place to use the golden. I just hit Birdo's banana because she was there. She just happened to be there. Normally when you have a golden mushroom on that part of the track, you want to go outside of the pipe, just so you don't accidentally hit any stray items, but it's okay, because I'm a professional gamer. That travesty that just happened to me is par for the course as a professional gamer. Yes, it makes me cry every time I see it. It's so sad. Anyway, back to the race. I have a green shell in first place. I like to be a little sneaky sometimes and throw a green shell back on this straightaway, because sometimes it hits people. I don't think it hits anyone there. Oh, it hit Baby Peach. Nice. Good. Good and nice. I'm small now, so that is okay. I have an item, so I don't need to worry about a stray red shell coming for me that I can't block. Which is always the concern when there's a shock. It's less so... Okay, well here's one coming for me, but I do manage to block it. I'm just all over the place today. Ooh. I had like a set narrative planned for this race, but I've just completely thrown it out the window. So, you know, I could have done the commentary better, I'll be honest, but I don't care. This is hopefully still entertaining. I have pretty good items here. 2 items that will block a red shell, if one should choose to come for me. Unfortunately for me, there's a blue shell, which is not good. And it's after the items, so I don't get a new item. I want to check to see if Luigi has a red shell. He does not. He has triple bananas, so I know it's safe to pass him and go ahead and get first place there. Now, if he had a red shell, I would have wanted to stayed parallel with him for as long as I can and pass him at the very end. Even if you're a little bit ahead of somebody with a red shell, it can't hit you. So that's what I was going for, but he had triple bananas, so it didn't really matter. I could just drive to my heart's content, and that's perfect. On Coconut Mall, I purposefully, very tactfully, decided to spin out at the beginning. Yes, that was totally on purpose. And I get a golden mushroom, so I decided to use the golden mushroom shortcut, which I... It's not pretty, I'll be honest. It got me to first place, so I can't complain, but it was ugly. I'm in second place now, though, because I took a really awkward turn, and I get a fake item box, and it just bounces all over the place, so that's fine. Honestly, this track with Outside Drift Bike is kind of fun. Yeah, it's alright. I get hit by this green shell here, and I'm just barely in first place, and the blue shell decides to hit me. I take offense to that game. I plead the fifth. You cannot do that to me. I need to see the warrant. I just jumbled up a whole bunch of things. But I decided to steer for the banister because you don't really want to go up the down escalator. That's not a good practice. I decided not to go for the shortcut here. I'm going to hold on to my Mega Mushroom. Maybe I can dodge an item with it? That'd be pretty cool, like a POW or something. Unfortunately, I could have dodged this fake item box. I just didn't see it in time. So that's unfortunate. I'm going to hold on to it just a little bit longer, though. Maybe I can dodge like a red shell with it or something. That'd be pretty cool, right? I don't know. So I'm driving along. I don't see this red shell in time, and then the shock happens. And I honestly, I was going to use my my Mega Mushroom immediately after the red shell hit, but the shock happened way too soon. So I pull a 9th place blue shell here, and something to note about blue shells is that there is only one in the game at a time. And what I mean by that is, if I'm holding a blue shell, nobody else can get a blue shell from an item box. So I'm going to hold on to this as long as I can. Now, something else that I should probably note is that if I were to throw this item at myself right now, it would hit me. Like, I would actually get exploded like I do if somebody else threw a blue shell at me. So, that's the stakes here. But just to flex on everybody, I decided to throw it at myself and dodge it with a ground shroom. Yes, that's right. I have now declared that I am the best Mario Kart Wii player in the world. That is totally not an exaggeration in the slightest. I'm the best. That's all there is to it. Sorry. You'll have to find a different job, all other Mario Kart Wii players. So, yes, I finished out my race in first place, obviously. And, yeah, that was a phenomenal race. Well, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Me Outfit B. I think we're gonna have the next couple episodes come out pretty quickly after this, so if you're excited for that, comment something, like, I don't know, just the word peas, P-E-A-S. Just comment that, that'd be perfect. I don't know why, just is. Don't worry about it. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Lord, we thank you for today. Help us to put our trust in you this week. I pray that you give us a deeper yearning for your will in our everyday life. Help us to believe without a doubt that you want what is best for us, even more than we do. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.